I just saw Challengers, which is now out playing in theaters across the globe, and this is one that everyone has been praising to death, some having it above Dune Part 2 in the 2024 film ranking, so even with not really loving any of the trailers, I got excited. Like, my expectations were through the roof because of what everyone was saying about this film, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should keep your expectations in check when going into a film that everyone is adoring to death. I'm the odd one out here because I didn't really connect with this movie, and nothing really resonated with me. The editing was way too choppy and weird for my taste, and the random time jumps all over the place just didn't click for me. Some shots were actually pretty good, but nothing about the camera work really worked for me, so visually it fell flat. The film is 130 minutes long, 2 hours, like 10 minutes, and for the type of film this is, it felt as if the plot meandered all over the place and didn't need to be as long as it was. Some sequences were stretched to oblivion, and some sequences the movie could have added in scenes in exchange for other unnecessary scenes to give more context on the actual tennis game. I didn't really care about any of the characters, though Tashi Donaldson, the main character in this, is elevated by Zendaya's fantastic performance. She really carried this mediocre film on her back. I'm sorry. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if she gets nominated for an Oscar for this movie. Mike Faist and Josh O'Connor, the supporting actors in this, I unfortunately couldn't care less about. They were boring characters that the film doesn't give these characters anything for the audience to latch onto, so I didn't really want to root for these guys. Also, the ending of this movie, oh my god, so corny and predictable in my opinion, and the runtime did not justify having this. I'm not gonna say bad, but it's a very disappointing ending. One funny thing is that, actually I already said this, but I'm gonna emphasize it. One funny thing is that some sequences in this movie are included and they're so unnecessary towards the actual context of the movie that if they were removed, nothing would have changed, and in exchange I probably would have added better sequences that give more context to the actual game, that help the audience understand what's happening, because this movie did not need so many filler sequences. It's like a TV show with many filler episodes. So that's just, I don't know. I never really cared for tennis, and I was hoping this would be the movie to change that and bring fresh new light on this sport, as some people have been saying. But unfortunately, I think I care about tennis even less now. Again, a jaw-droppingly great performance from Zendaya, some cool shots here and there, and a few good romance pieces in this movie. But unfortunately, it didn't come together for me and fell apart by the end, with a resolution feeling way too rushed than it should have been. It's like they put their everything into the first two acts and they forgot to wrap it all together without it feeling like a last minute thing. So not a cohesive ending, some really boring sequences that did not need to be included in this movie, and just characters that I didn't care about. And it's also based on a sport that I've never really had any interest in. So overall, Challengers is a film that I desperately wanted to love and be a part of the crowd that's praising it to death. But, I wanted to love it. I didn't even really like it. Overall, I'm going to give this a 54%, 2.5 out of 5. I know this is a movie that has potential to grow on me in the future, but right now I'm just disappointed on another level. Not a good film. I'm sorry.